join us, but we go ahead and start. So, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. A thumbs up, a hello. Where would be fantastic. So I'm joining in from Lagos. So I will type Lagos in the chat. So let me know where you are also joining in from tonight. Okay, let me know where you are joining in from tonight. Let me know where you are joining in from tonight. Okay, fantastic, 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 fantastic one. Fantastic one. Um, so tonight we'll be discussing something very interesting. Okay, something very interesting, and that is our Naviant Analytics Tech Elevator program. And especially if you're an African, you're a Nigerian, trying to, or you've ever tried, or you are considering into the tech space, this is for you. You may also want to let me know if you actually fall in that bracket. Have you ever considered getting into tech in the past? If your answer is yes, type tech in the chat. 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 Type tech in the chat so that I know that you. All right. So type tech in the chat. Type tech in the chat. Tech, fantastic. So now in that case, then let's take 1 hour ish, okay, to discuss. If you fall in this bracket, what should you be doing right now? And what are recruiters actually looking at right now? So I'm going to share my screen, do a little bit of introduction, and then we set the ball rolling. We set the ball rolling. So I'm going to share my screen now. I want you to confirm, just type clear in the chat so I know that you can actually see my screen. Type crystal clear in the chat so I know you can actually see my screen. Fantastic. Crystal clear. Very clear. Brilliant. So, once again, welcome to Naviant Analytics Tech Elevator Program. My name is Mohammed Suleiman. I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Naviant Analytics. And today, or let's say tonight, I'll be your host. Over the past close to a decade now, I've been in the space, and I've also worked as a consultant for one of the top firms across the globe. Okay, or more specifically, one of the top automotive firms across the globe, specifically Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo used to be a sister organization to Ferrari up until about 2016 before they became a standalone organization themselves. So I've helped quite a huge number of Africans also make the switch to date, and I also transitioned into tech myself. So I had my first degree in mechanical engineering. I love to tell people that I also had to switch to tech at some point. Okay, although I didn't find it easy, but I was able to learn quite a number of lessons along the line. As for Naviant Analytics, we're an edtech firm, help Africans get to the space until date. Since inception, we've helped over nearly 2,000 Africans make that switch from classroom. And what we do is to bring on board experts who would help you with their own experience, so that you can learn not theory but practical problem solving. So that's who we are here at Naviant Analytics. And tonight we'll be covering some specific aspects. Okay. The first is we'll look at people who have traded this path, people who move from a non-tech role to a tech role. Okay. And then can we'll move into how you can give me a second. we'll move into how you can transition yourself, and also we'll have a special announcement at the end of the session, and you will also be able to unmute to ask me a question at the end of tonight's session. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? I need to know you are ready. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? Type ready in the chat. Type ready in the chat. Type ready in the chat. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Give me a second. All right, brilliant one. So let's look at this young lady right here. That's Esther. Esther finished from the School of Nursing, and it was a very passionate field for her, sort of like a dream field, something similar to myself while I was in the engineering space. But very quickly, Esther realized that yes, she's in a dream profession, but she is not where she actually wants to be personally, financially. So she wasn't satisfied. She wasn't satisfied. Okay. She wasn't satisfied with that. So what she decided to do was to try tech. Okay. She tried tech and she was able to pull through. And in under 3 months, she got her very first tech role as a monitoring and evaluation analyst working hybrid power. So working mostly from home and once in a while from the office. All right. And this is somebody that had no tech background. Now, it's not just her. You have Naomi. Naomi's story was, very interesting, and you hear the reason why. She used to work in a francophone country as a Nigerian. Of course, that makes her a foreigner, in that country. She used to work in a bank. Her bank was bought over by another one, and they started laying off foreigners. She tendered her resignation. It was rejected based off her contract. She was disgruntled. She was being relegated, but she had to bear that. And then she said, you know what? I'm going to try to get as skilled as possible. So I start working remotely. Now, Naomi registered with us here at Navient Analytics. And fast forward, she was so diligent with her LinkedIn, following our instructions, and the same organization that was relegating her offered her a new role as the head of department of a newly formed department. And then she said, you know what, I'm going to think about it. They said, you know what, you can't think about it. You have to take it. She said, okay, at least you're going to train me, right? And they looked at themselves and looked back at her and told her, we see what you do on LinkedIn, Naomi. That thing you're doing on LinkedIn is the same thing we want you to teach others in that department. You are the head of that department. You will guide others through to achieve goals in that department. And that was Naomi's story. Now, what's the real deal? Now, the real deal is this. As of right now, as we're having this conversation, there are more than 35K open roles, 35,000 open roles across LinkedIn alone. And the issue is that you're just you're looking for one actually. Just one role is what you need to get started. But before we even leave this slide, let us go to LinkedIn itself and do a search. Okay, let's go to LinkedIn and actually look for a job and see what the demand looks like live and direct. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? How many of you have a LinkedIn profile? You have a LinkedIn profile. Let me see. I'm typing in the chat. You have a LinkedIn profile. Meanwhile, the attendance form to this session is in the chat already. So you may want to click on that link posted by Enquiries Navians. That is the attendance form. Should you fill the attendance form, you will get you will get the recording of my session and any other materials I will be using in this session. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so three people have said yes, I do, yes, I do, yes, I do. Fantastic. So if you go to your LinkedIn, all right, if you go to your LinkedIn, okay, you go to your LinkedIn, you see this search bar here. Okay, you see the search bar. You see the search bar. All right. So click on that search bar. And guys, I am showing the reason why we're coming here is we want to look at what the demand looks like. Okay. But inadvertently, I will be showing you how to actually look for a job. Um, you know, if you're looking for a job. So let's search data analyst. All right, data analyst. Okay, data analyst. Now, once you search for data analyst, the first thing you want to do is to click on jobs right here. Jobs. Click on jobs. Jobs. Click on jobs. Now, once you click on jobs, okay, you would notice that what I have here is Nigeria, right? Nigeria. If you are such that you are looking for a remote job, you need to change your location from Nigeria, the location where you're looking for a job, from just confining yourself to Nigeria up onto to EMEA. EMEA. EMEA simply means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So which includes Nigeria anyways. All right. And that allows you to cast your net to a wider reach. You cast your net to get more opportunities, including remote opportunities. Okay, because remote opportunities does not need you to leave your home. So technically, you can work from wherever it is you are. So now I want you to look at this number right here. What does it say? What does that number there say? Who can help me out with that? What does that number say? What does the number say? It says what? 14,000 plus results, which means 14,000 job vacancies right now across the EMEA. All right. 14,000 plus jobs across EMEA. 14,000 plus jobs across EMEA. Are we together, guys? 14,000 plus jobs across what? EMEA. Now, you only need one of these jobs, just one. If how many are we on this call? Almost 30 of us. Now, if let's say 30 of us register, um, um, and for our LinkedIn profile and get a job, guys, what would that mean? That would be an insignificant number when you compare it to this 14,000. So there are a lot of these jobs out there right now. Okay, but you then need to tap into the ecosystem, and you can filter it. You can filter it to remote. You click on remote here and select just remote. So I want to see just remote jobs. um where is it? Click on remote. So it's going to filter it to remote jobs. All right, you click on remote. Okay, click on remote here, show 2000, and it's going to show just 2000 plus jobs. Even at 2000 for remote jobs only, that is quite sizable. So it goes to show the kind of demand that is out there for this job. Meanwhile, the attendance form is in the chat. Do well to fill it out so you gain access to my slides, my materials, and this recording um, um, after the session. Now, majorly, what I have noticed that most Africans lack is four major things. And I want you to feel free to disagree with me on any of them, but on one condition, on the condition that you will remember the answer you gave me now. So if you are guaranteeing me that if you disagree, for example, you would remember that you actually disagreed when later on in the session So if that is the case, then let's look at the four things that most people actually lack, blocking you from getting into the tech space today. Now, the first thing people lack is wizard level Excel skills. Now, you want to become a data analyst and you don't have a wizard level Excel skill, then you are sort of gambling. Okay, you are not actually looking for a job, you are just gambling to see whether this works or not. Okay, this is the first thing, wizard level Excel skills, and I'll prove to you what wizard is later on. But if you think you know how to use Excel, type Excel in the chat. I want to know you know how to use Excel already. Just type Excel in the chat. I'll be glad to know that you can use Excel already. While you're doing that, the second thing that you lack is a project portfolio. A project portfolio is like a digital showroom where you can display the work you've done so far for any potential recruiter to have access to. Number three is your personal brand visibility. Okay, your personal brand visibility. If you make a post on LinkedIn, for example, how many people are going to get notified that, oh, so and so posted? All right. So you need to be quite visible to be able to get the attention you need regarding jobs. And then mentorship. Okay, mentorship. All right, mentorship. To show you guidance on to how to achieve this. Now, there is something very interesting I want to share with you guys. There's some. Are you with me, guys? Give me type tech if you are with me. Type tech if we are still together. Type tech. I want to know. Um, I want to know if we are still together. Type tech if we are still together. Type tech in the chat. Let me know. Okay, brilliant. Quite a number of people. So now, whenever you are applying to jobs, we are led, or let me say, we are led to believe that whenever you hit the apply button, your CV goes to a HR. Or in actual fact, that does not happen. Whenever you hit the apply button, what really happens is this. Okay, let's look at it together. What really happens when you hit the apply button is that your CV goes to a robot called the ATS. The ATS is the applicant tracking system that tells whether or not a CV should proceed to the next stage. And if the ATS decides that a CV should not proceed to the next stage, it sends a rejection email depending on the instruction that has been given it. So it could be instructed to send the rejection email um, um, let's say 5 days after your application, so that it feels to you like at least a human being actually checked it out and deemed it not fit. Okay, so that is what happens. Now, a lot of CVs go through here and get rejected. Now, the ones that make it past the ATS goes to the HR. Now, this is the first time a human being is actually looking at your CV. And then from there, it's easier, to walk, walk into the interview, and then from the interview, they get hired. Okay, they get hired. So this is what really happens once you hit the apply button and not skipping the ATS. Now, a lot of people fall under here, which is the ATS rejecting their CV, and then that takes them in a loop of reapplying again. So they keep on circulating this route until they can move up the until they can move up the ladder. All right. All right. So now, what's the point? What's the point? The point is it's easy to learn. And when I say easy to learn, I do not mean that, oh, you're going to be chilling in a vacation, um, and at the same time, you'll be able to learn this. Or, oh, you don't need your laptop, you don't need anything, you'll be able to learn this. No, that is not what I mean by easy. What I mean by easy is um, you you can learn this to a satisfactory level, regardless of the background you are from. Regardless, you can learn it to a point where you say, you know what, um, I know how to do this. I do know how to do this. Okay. Number two is it's easy to transition. I don't think I need to overflog this second, um, you know, um, point, right? So the fact is, we all saw the demand. We saw the demand live and direct on LinkedIn. We saw it together. We took a look at it together. All right. We took a look at it together. So that makes it easy to transition simply because of the sheer abundance of this role. And last but not the least, it has fantastic salary projection. So if you're thinking of um if if you're thinking of getting into tech, these are reasons why you actually need to. Now, what we did was to craft out a well thought out 4 weeks stroke 1 month intensive training that gives you everything you need to get into the space, right? And in the first week, you build this amazing dashboard you can see on my screen using Microsoft Excel. Yes, if you show this to people straight away, they don't think this is possible in Microsoft Excel, but it actually is. It actually is. Okay, it actually is. All right. So let me show you what it looks like actually in Excel. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, this is the second one. So let me show you what it looks like actually, so that you can get to see the dashboard itself. All right, so this is the dashboard. Okay, that dashboard, this is it in Microsoft Excel. Now, if you look very closely to this interface, if you're familiar with Microsoft Excel, you know this is Microsoft Excel. Okay, taking a closer look at it, you can see the map visuals, everything all nice and clean. Um, so this was built in Microsoft Excel. So when we say pro level or wizard level Excel skills, this is what we're talking about, not your mundane charts and visuals. Okay, now in the second week, all right, in the second week, you then build um, this dashboard. Okay, one of the dashboards I just took down. You build this second dashboard in Microsoft um, Excel, like the first one. Okay, you build this dashboard, and you know um, you get to learn from the experience of the experts who will be taking you through the exercises. All right, now in week 3 you then cover AI portfolios, AI powered CV, and you also create a portfolio. Now let me show you what a portfolio looks like. Now what a portfolio is that it um, helps you structure the work you've done so far in a single place and in a shareable place. So that way, okay, um, that way you can easily project the work you've done to a potential recruiter. So let me show you this fantastic portfolio. All right, so this is my own portfolio, a website portfolio. You don't need to pay to own this. You will need to pay for this platform to own this particular um, um, you know, um, page. So, and you can see view my products down there, view my projects. So anybody who comes here, reads through, clicks on view my projects, and you see those fantastic dashboards. Okay, can you see them? So can you see them? So this is an example of an actual portfolio that you can share with recruiters. Okay, and you'll be taught to build that from scratch all the way up. All right, from scratch, um, all the way up. Okay, and um, in the fourth week, you'd optimize your LinkedIn profile and also get mentorship from an expert. Okay, you get mentorship from an expert. Okay, get mentorship from an expert and complete your LinkedIn profile and the likes like that. You'll be working with fantastic professionals, okay, through the way. So now, before I even talk about bonus, guys, for those who said I know how to use Excel, when you saw those Excel dashboards, um, um, when you saw those Excel dashboards, did you still consider yourself to be? Do you still consider yourself okay to be skilled at Excel? Do you still consider yourself to be skilled at Excel? Do you still feel confident that you know how to use Excel, having seen those dashboards? Where are my people? Where are the Excel gurus in the house? Where are you? Where are you? And if you've not filled out the attendance form, you may want to fill it out now. You may want to fill it out now. Okay, you may want to fill it out now. You may want to fill it out now. All right. So let me see any response yet from anyone. Okay, fantastic. So those Excel dashboards are the kind of that those are the kind of skill levels you want to have to be able to attract recruiters. Okay, now on a bonus, as a bonus, all right, you'd get access, a free 1 month access to 200 plus projects via one of our partner platforms after the program has ended. All right. So you work on projects like this, and you can add them as extra to your portfolio so that your portfolio is is rich with projects. Okay. Now there are more people who have gotten jobs. Okay, we have Ugochi. She used to be a stay-at-home mom after being in the corporate space. She wanted to return back. She chose tech, and it pretty much just worked for Ugochi. All right. At some point, she battled with imposter syndrome. Our mentorship was able to get her, um, you know, to overcome that issue, and she went on to land her very first tech role. Okay, she landed her very first tech role. So the form will be put in the chat, the attendance form will be put in the chat. If you are one of those who will fill the chat, the attendance, then you will be getting my recordings and the slides to this particular session. All right. So we also have Mary. We also have Mary. Okay. We also have Mary. Nothing too much. I think Mary's case is a case of she met us on Instagram. She's been looking for remote work. She chose us. And then fast forward, she's currently on her second paid internship. And that is to come with a long-term role based on her performance. Okay. So you have these kind of opportunities as well. All right, Oluwaseun is there. He used to work in a small bank. I spoke at an event where he was. He asked me some questions, and then he took action. And today he has gotten so many plugs. Um, um, you know, um, on LinkedIn. So there are more people: Uduak Basi, Lebura Olawale, Helene Okai. Um, these are people that move from non-tech degrees, okay, non-tech degrees to being a tech professional. All right. So now it's a 1 month journey. Okay, 1 month journey. Your classes will be Saturdays, 11 to 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right. And you on Sundays you gain access to preparatory videos. Now the idea behind the videos is to prepare you ahead of the class on Saturday. All right, to prepare you ahead of class on Saturday. Okay, so you'd get the preparatory videos in the first 2 weeks of the training program, where you get to work on projects. Okay, you get to work on actual projects. All right, so you're going to use two learning platform. One is the Google Classroom, and the second, okay, give me a second, and the second is our bespoke learning management system. Our bespoke learning management system. Okay. Our bespoke learning management system. So, and that can be accessed towards the towards that can be accessed towards the classes, so that you can prepare ahead of time. Okay, so that you can prepare ahead of time. So sorry, let me share my screen one more time. Okay, let me share my screen one more time. So let me put the link to the attendance one more time in the chat. All right, I'll put the link to the attendance one more time in the chat. Okay, so that is the link to the attendance form. I've put in the chat, so do well to fill it out. So guys, can we all see my screen, guys? Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen? You should be able to see my screen now. You should be able to see my screen now, if I'm correct. All right, so you'll be going through two platforms, the Google Classroom. You have a lifetime access to your training materials, and then the LMS via our website. You have a 6 month access after the training program. All right. You can see the full course brochure here. You see the full course brochure here. Okay. And you can also check out the portfolios of other the portfolios of other um, students. So when you click on it, you get to see what others have built. For example, we look at Adachi. I'll just click on the link. It's going to load up her page. It's going to load up our page, and you can see how beautiful and vibrant her own, her own portfolio website is. So you may want to, check them out and see for yourself. Now, how do you join our class? We had a class that started today, okay, 6th of September. All right, and that class just went through onboarding. Okay, but guess what? There is going to be another round of onboarding tomorrow, simply for those who choose to get started. So I want to know how many of you are interested in getting started now. I want to know more about how you can secure a spot for yourself. So literally tomorrow, we can get you started, get you up to speed, so you can start preparing ahead of next weekend's class. So you're gonna have the first practical class this time, not this time, but this day, down the week. Okay, down next week rather. Okay, so next Saturday you're having their first practical class. So how many of us wants to get started? How many of us wants to get started? How many wants to get started? You want to get started? Type a 10. 10 is a perfect number. So type a 10 in the chat. 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 Let's see. Fantastic. 10. Great. So now, for you to get started with our tech elevator program, okay, your investment is simply 80,000 naira. All right, with 80,000 naira, you gain access to all what I've said. But guess what? There is a twist. And the twist is, because you are here tonight, you are in this session, you won't be paying 80,000 naira. You get a whooping 50% discount. And with a 50% discount off that program, you'll be only required to make a payment of 40,000 naira. And with 40,000 naira, you can get all those things that I talked about. All you need to do is send it via direct bank transfer or pay via our website, www.nebiantanalytic.nebiant.com. Okay, and then all you need to do is send me a DM via my WhatsApp line 0703 and I'll walk you through the next step in the enrollment process. The 50% discount lasts not too long. Okay, once we're done with this session, we will wrap things up. Okay, once we're done with this session, we will wrap things up. So the time is 8:35. Okay, by the time it's 9 o'clock, I believe I should be able to have answered majority of the questions by then. So I will start taking questions from you guys now. So if you want to ask questions, you can use the raise hand icon like this, or simply just type your question in the chat box so I know. And if you have secured your spot with just 40,000 naira, ensure to send me a DM 0703 8619. Please do not unmute your microphone until I call your name. Of course, that is if and only if you raise your hand. If you have any questions for me, type it in the chat. Let me know. Type it in the chat or raise your hand. Let me call your name so that you can um, start speaking. So, who has any questions for me so far regarding all we discussed and the likes like that? Okay. Um, okay. Who has a question? Who has a question for me? Who has a question? Who has a question? All right, so let's see. I think I heard. Okay, Chu Chukuma Kalu. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Let me hear from you. All right, how many tools are we going to learn? So you're going to learn how to use Microsoft Excel to a wizard level, and then you would also go through employability training. So specifically, how do you get a job in today's job market? You build a portfolio website. Okay, now in that portfolio, you're going to get two Microsoft Excel projects, pro level Excel projects inside of that portfolio. Okay, and you know, uh, you would also get mentorship and LinkedIn profile optimization to go with it. You'd also get to learn how to build a personal portfolio website so that you can stun recruiters. So these are the things you're going to be building, Hafiz. Okay, Hafiz. So I hope I answered your question. 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 All right. So Hafiz, I received a DM. I don't know. You want to confirm if that was you? Okay, was that you so that we can I can congratulate you here and you can let's know whether that was you. Let me know while I answer the next question. So Akinyemi is asking, for those who don't plan to join now, is there going to be another training other than this? Okay, now that's very tricky. All right, that's very tricky. Okay, it is very tricky. But if you're asking of this particular training, this is the only edition. Okay, this is the only edition that for this particular one. Okay, would there be another one? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, it's a whooping for 50% discount. Is this package going to be ready some other time? I don't know. Okay, this exact one, I don't know. So I think now is the best time, okay, for you to get yourself started. All right, now is the best time for you to get yourself started. So if you're looking out for another one, maybe you want to keep tabs, or but I cannot guarantee that this offer will be on the table any other time. All right, Akemi, I hope I answered your questions. 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 I hope I answered the question. So I'm not really talking about the discounts, but basically the training in all. So okay, so this particular one, it's likely not going to be available. All right, maybe some other one, but this one, no. It's registration for this particular one is shutting down today. Okay, and in the past, people have come, the following Monday to ask us, oh, can I still join this and that? So, but this particular one is shutting down today. All right, restriction is for it is shutting down today. Okay, so I hope I answered your question, Akinyemi. I hope I answered your question. I hope I answered your question. All right, brilliant. Okay, so who else has a question? Who else has a question? We still have, I think, up to 20 minutes in the session. So who still has a question? Who has a question? Um, Precious is asking, do you mean deadline for payment is today? So yes, if you look at it, right, it's a whooping 50% discount. So it's not an offer that most people cannot afford. Okay, so we had people register for the August batch, and the September batch actually started today. But so many people told us, "Oh, you're starting today. Can we still join tomorrow?" And we said, "You know what? We'll open it up till tomorrow so that people can still start tomorrow." Okay, and if you want to start effectively, you have to lock down your spot today at least, so that by tomorrow the team is processing your admission so that you can get started tomorrow still. Okay, so it depends. Okay, okay, if you want to start, all right, go right ahead at it and start today. Or is there a specific reason why you will not be able to start? Okay, is there a specific reason you will not be able to start now? You can share that with me. So let's look at it practically. How can we actually work together? How can we actually work together? How can we actually work together? Okay, questions. So ensure to also fill out the attendance form, all right? So if you haven't already, so you can get my slides, you can take a look at the brochure, and what have you. Take a look at the brochure, our full brochure. We have some other courses besides this one as well. So it all depends on what you want. It's just that for this particular session, we are talking about the Tech Elevator program, which is, as of right now, as you can see on the screen, it goes for just 40,000 naira. Once you made your investment, all you need to do is to send me a DM. All right. So, Austin, you may want to click the link in the chat. I don't know, inquiries. You may want to help us paste the attendance form one more time so Austin can click on it. Okay, that's it. That's the attendance form for those who are looking for the attendance form. Click on it, fill out the attendance form. So, Paul is saying, what does one need by way of tool or equipment to participate in the program? You need a laptop. Okay, you need a laptop with a Microsoft Office installed, so you can access Microsoft Excel. And you need, of course, internet, and you need power to power up. That is enough to power up your laptop. Okay. And last but not the least, you need your full dedication, okay, to the program for the course of 1 month. If you can guarantee me these four things, then I can guarantee that you would go out of this program knowing everything that you need to know regarding the the program, right? Regarding the program. So I hope I answered your question. 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 Okay, fantastic. So this program is also like a precursor to our other programs. We have a fully fledged data analytics program, we have a fully fledged data science program, we have a fully fledged business analysis program. Okay, but you find out that if you fall in the bracket where you really don't know which one to go for, even after you've gotten clarity, you know, what you need to do is to start out with the Tech Elevator program. And that gives you the first introduction to the world of data. Because guess what? Regardless of each of these career paths you go for, either data analytics, data science, or business analysis, you're going to be working with data regardless. Okay, you're working with data, and you need a level of data literacy to even be able to be qualified to work in that career path. So this is a precursor to those programs. So all you need to do is step up with this one, okay? And then afterwards, you can then decide, okay, I think I want to be a data analyst, so I think I want to be a business analyst, okay? And you can take it a step further from there. What if your knowledge of Excel is very elementary? Open will be able to cope. So that is exactly the point. You see, um, if you're already an expert in Excel, then you don't even need this course to start with. You don't need it. You don't need to be here. Okay. But the course is well suited to beginners and even Excel users. So the thing is this, a lot of people think that knowing how to use Excel is for how long you've used Excel. You've used Excel for a decade, or you've done the same thing over and over again. What you were taught in Excel in year one is what you're still doing now in year 10. When people are building interactive dashboards in Excel to rival dashboards that were built in tools like Tableau and Power BI. So, how can you elevate your knowledge from where you are now to being able to build such a dashboard? It is with platforms and programs like this you can actually achieve that. Okay, so regardless of your knowledge level right now, like I said, the requirement that I mentioned, you don't need any prior knowledge. All you need is a laptop. The laptop should have access to data and electricity. And then last but not the least, you come with your dedication and your persistence so that you can get into the tech space. All right. So I hope I answered your question, Paul. I hope I answered the question. And keep my number in case you want to pick up a sport. All right. So if you are not securing your sport tonight, but somehow you still want to join the onboarding tomorrow that is starting, okay, you would have to the deadline for you to decide and make the investment is by 8 a.m. tomorrow. 8 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, by 8 a.m. tomorrow, everything closes. The chapter of this is closed. And even if you ever see anything around Nabians, it will not be this particular offering that we have. Okay, it will not be this particular offering that we currently have right now. So the choice is yours. Tomorrow 8 a.m. we um we start to work. Okay, we close and we compile the list we have and onboard those set of people tomorrow to start their journey with us here at Nabians Analytics. Okay, you need to see what the class there was the class we started this particular program, the guys that started in August had their final class today. I took them. Okay, and you needed to hear the reviews that they gave live in that session. Okay, if I could, I could have brought I think what I should have done is to, allow you to hear what this guy said in that session. I wish I could. Okay, I think I should. Maybe the next 10 minutes. So you listen to their experience and hear what they had to say live in that class. So let me see if I can do that. Okay, so that you hear them out yourself. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll stop sharing for a while. Then when I share back, okay, I'm going to go to the class recording because as you're attending the class, we would record it, okay, so that you can go back for reference purpose because we know that you are not your brain is not made of computer. Not to say that you are not brilliant, but I mean nobody's brain is a computer, right? So you must, as a human being, you need to go over it again and again to be able to master it. So for that reason, we made these things are available to the students lifetime on their Google Classroom. All right. So where is that particular class? Okay, I found it. So we go to the class that happened today. So we go to the class that happened today. And give me a second. Give me a second. Let's see. So I'm trying to get the class recording. Okay, so take elevator. Um, okay, so give me a second. So I wanted you guys to actually listen to the students yourselves, all right, so that you can take a cue from them. Recording. Okay, so I think that this is it. All right, so I think I've gotten it. So you listen to them a little bit. All right, so let's see if I can share. Give me a second. All right. So quite a little bit of issue bringing that up, all right? But here's what I'll do instead. Okay? I would have I would have that you know gotten across to you as an addition to this particular recording so that you can hear. I would have really loved, okay, but I think that the recording is not yet available in their classroom. So let me even show you the classroom. Let me use the opportunity to show you what the classroom looks like. All right, let me show you what the classroom looks like. Let me show you what the classroom actually looks like. Okay, so let me show you what the classroom actually looks like. All right, so this is Google Classroom. Okay, this is Google Classroom. Let me go to people. So these are the teachers. That's myself. You can see 72 students in the last edition. All right. Let's go to classwork. So this was the class that held, okay, earlier today. All right, this was the class that held earlier today. The login detail for the class, you can see September 6th. So once the recording is available, this was why I came and the recording is not yet available. So once it's available, it will be posted. Right, but this was the class they had last week. Okay, and this is the class recording. Okay, but the testimonial I wanted to show you is actually the one that happened today. So once it is available, all right, you will definitely see it. It's going up on our socials, and just ensure to keep tabs with our social media handles so that you don't miss any of it. You get to hear from them live and direct, giving feedback about the Tech Elevator program. All right, so I think this is where we'll call it a night. So 8 a.m. tomorrow, all those short and this chapter closed. All right, so cheers, guys. And in the absence of any other question, we will be calling it a night tonight.